G'day guys, how's everyone going? This is Jay here from Australia with the Kangaroos, Koalas, and 6:30 in the morning as per usual. Yeah, if you realise what 6:30 in the morning means, it means you have to get up at 5 or 4:30, or not even 4:30. I'm being a sook. Anyway, this is Live Theories. This is Diana. She's from the stars of the universe, and I was just going to say to you, our topics today is about synchronicities and knowing what's going on in life, and it always happens. If things are supposed to happen the way they are, and then you have to just realize it and accept it and live with it. Yeah. But
Mm.
I said that I was remembering a couple of years ago when we did this. This is years, ladies and gentlemen. I remember I said you love astrology, and I remember you saying, "Oh yeah, don't mind it, yeah, but yeah, whatever." But I just said to you, I go, you should just move into the stars and have a look. Look how everything's lined up with you. You do a lot
My
of
car
astrology stuff.
too, actually. I just put car seat covers. If you look at any of my recent YouTube videos or any of my shorts, or you might see on TikTok probably where I'm recording my car. So I have the whole galaxy. It just kind of goes with the branding, Trailblazers
You
from the
know the
universe.
well, it's a, yeah. Well, this is the branding thing. I told you this. I wish I had the quote with me. I said you should.
I think you
You're as
did.
I said, I call you Star Child and all this, Starfire and all this other stuff, right? And the reason we're segueing into this, ladies and gentlemen, is you don't know that you actually been led to a particular position, particular way when you actually look within yourself. Like you might, I think, look, there's a couple of topics that come into this, and I say with regards to people at this present time, people who are ascending are ascending, which is we are, and people who are within their ego are battling their ego
Descending
and
or
karma.
just on a plateau or descending or on a plateau or just like
Oh, well,
not
they're
going
backing,
anywhere.
but they're not going anywhere because they're still backing their ego, and because it's been intensified with the ascension process that we're going through. The ascension process, the energies are going within their ego, which is negativity in that way. Not well in a negative way. They haven't worked on themselves, and they're getting there's a lot of karma coming along. But where the hell was I going with that? Anyway, how are you? Anyway,
I'm good. Yeah. I'm just doing my thing more. I mean, I'm just doing my thing. I'm working on more of my improving my physical health. I joined I disjoined or I ended the contract with the old gym I was at, and now I'm doing like a health and wellness center. And so I'm going there. It's actually at the hospital where Shane works. So it's a wellness center. It's like their gym there, whatever. But they even have Reiki massage. I mean, for like a discounted price, they have like a track. They have all the classes. I did like a Pilates class. And so I'm getting more of my health into alignment because I think we said before, I've done a lot of work spiritually, emotionally, and even mentally, but my physical is just the one that I feel like is out of alignment. It just feels like the densest, and we know that trauma is stored in the body too. And just I think our body can sometimes be the slowest to catch up with all the other work we've done, right? And sometimes your body even rejects it because, you know, we need to get more energy moving through, and I mean Reiki has helped me more with that, but just for me exercising, getting that more in alignment, it's also like just it goes along with everything else I'm doing. So I'm doing this other work, and then I'm like not eating well, or eating more food that lower vibration doesn't make me feel good, and I'm not exercising. I feel like it just a little off. It's like something's off. It's fighting each other. It's like a part of me is fighting each other. I made all these changes, and my body's like, nope, we're still here. So I'm working on improving my physical health right now, which also will
uh,
affect everything else. So that's something I'm focused more on recently. I've been taking more time, even less on my content and more like on going to gym, going to fitness classes, doing things like that. I'm making that a part of my life now. I'm kind of just fitting it in.
yeah, that's fantastic. It's with I've been looking at and being, I think the honesty with where I'm at the moment. I rebranded this whole work Whitefeather thing in 10 minutes.
Oh, wow.
That's
What is
how
it?
that's how connected I've been and not allowing the flow. When I actually allowed, maybe it was timing, whatever it may be. I mean, I had to learn a lesson or all that. But two things have happened. I've really looked into myself with regards to certain certain things like we'll talk about drug and alcohol abuse and necessity. I could still say I have the food necessity, unfortunately. Like I eat the food at the wrong times. Not a lot, not nothing out of the ordinary, but
I
you
do
can
that.
still see
Emotionally
it.
eat. I emotionally eat. I've always been an emotional eater. So I can be doing real good, working out and do everything. But then when I get in an emotional state or something's bothering me or stress more so, like that's the first thing I go to, before it was drugs and things like that now. So I'm learning to also, why am I eating right now? Do I really need to eat? Do I need to nourish myself? If that's the case, fine. But usually that's not what it is. I'll be bored. I want to eat. I'm stressed. I want to eat. So I'm working on
The
that too.
it's not the stress and need for me. The stress and need, I just go with it. That's no problem. It's the real reason why I do it.
Mm,
I have to look, as I said to you. Now, see, I rebranded this. I rebranded this. This is where it all goes down to, ladies and gentlemen. Rebranded White Warrior Health. It's not.
nice.
It's WWH. Thanks DDP. Hint, hint. Um, remove the mask. Write the story. Right. So I've had all these synchronicities come through that have been in my face to write my story. Cody Rhodes. Hello, Cody Rhodes. All right. That was the final straw, but there was always the word story coming up. Maybe I don't look, maybe I'm reading too much into it. I don't know, but who gives a shit? Anyway. And once I realized that and I actually turned myself onto myself and looked into the mirror, Blackie Lawless, hello. Invisible Boy, hello. Crimson Idol. So many synchronicities just started to pop and go. This has been shown to you throughout your life. You just needed the time to manifest yourself and understand where you're at. You still have to go through that spiritual awakening process. So to go back to the food thing, I eat food for the hit. That's it. I hit. I when you're sort of emotional and stuff, nothing wrong with doing it, as far as I'm concerned, because when I was going through like panic attacks and all that stuff, which is basically another segue into another thing which I'm envisioning and having these going deeper into the or up into the spirit world. We can I envision every single night now, which is bloody scary. Not scary in some ways, but yeah. No, I should have written down what I had last night, but I'll remember it. So it was pretty good. Anyway, so all these synchronicities and everything's coming into me now. So I'm starting to work out exactly what's going on and where I'm supposed to be in life. And this is like trying to, I wouldn't say brand yourself, but what are you? Where are you going? We've had this,
Yeah.
Jackie and I have had this discussion for a long time, right? What
Mm.
are you? And I had to say, no, I'm a teacher. I do this, I do this, I do this. I speak. No, you're a motivational speaker and mentor who is has contagious energy and a back belt of gifts to help people upon their journey. That's it. So and someone said to me, whatever I do, I bring happiness to it because I have the happiness within me to do it. Doing MC for the village people, working in the bands. When I'm teaching, I do okay. But if I have a passion and love for something, my energy is like radiates. Now, this comes back to the next bit where people try to dim it, and it's been happening for decades.
Yep.
I've allowed it, but I've put myself into situations where I've done it, but I put into situations where I had to learn, and because I didn't realize how far down I really was, and that's just the way it is. Until it only started, it started the process when I had the spiritual breakdown, and then we found each other after that. And it's been a gradual process for the last 5 years to get to where I am right now, and where I look back on it and I go, interesting. Could I have done this 5 years ago? Absolutely not. Anyone says they can, I should have, could have, wanna. Maybe. I'd say most of the time, no. So there you go. I feel like karma and stuff these days. um, having the awareness is knowing when to step in and step out. But also a big one is for me selfishness. A lot of words these days have been friggin' turned. And straight out, I don't like the hype. I don't like the people who are running this joint. I'll tell you straight. I know why they. This, as I said, we'll segue into that later. I'm not going to get too political, but basically, you wake up to all this shit, especially in Australia. My God. Anyway, we'll leave that for another day. That's yeah. Anyway, but you sort of become more aware of where you're going to go and what you're doing and stuff like that, and look at the patterns within your life as well. Now, one pattern I did have was the can't be fucked theory. You'd think, you look at me and go, oh, he does a lot of stuff, but did I really do a lot of stuff? Did I really do the things I needed to do? No, because number one, I was scared of failure, scared of success, fearful of bloody ridicule, okay, and fear of and absolutely fear of failing. But when you actually look at it, when you come out of your body and fight, like, even simply going to get a degree, become a good father, running a business for yourself, you actually have the guts to do all that stuff. Why you have to look at that and say to yourself, this is fantastic, and put it onto the stuff that you really love. And the other thing I found, sorry to keep going, but the passion I have for helping others, I'm going to put it into myself. There's where the selfishness comes in.
Yeah.
And truly have a look, ladies and gentlemen, what you do when you help others. Or something that, even if you're involved in it, is it really 100% for you? So, for example, a band. A band's great. You got 5 people or 4 people to make this dream come true, right? Still people involved. Even though you're directly in charge, you still have to rely on others. Why can't you put that effort into something that you really love? This.
Yeah.
Change your energy around. Why? Because you're fearing success, or you fear this is and it really tests you where you are. Really test your real feeling of what happened, of what's happening within you. And this is the big jump. So there you go.
Yeah, and I think also we were saying how you wouldn't have done that before because you've gained more wisdom from them. You've had more experiences and you get clarity, even whether it's from chaos, you get clarity, or just from the stillness, or just kind of the space between. You're like, why am I doing what I'm doing? Or like, maybe that did serve you for a certain amount of time, but now you're doing something this way and you feel called. You're more like drawn to do this instead. And I think we're always changing. It's okay to change. It's okay to rebrand yourself. It's okay to choose a completely different direction that people don't expect or want. You have to like do something from a heart space, and that's also from like something you're passionate about. And if that's not driving you, then what is? I mean, I think that's what I think with that. I'm always changing the direction I'm going, and even what I make content about and stuff like that. I don't even like to put myself in a particular niche, honestly. And probably that's the thing with YouTube, why sometimes it doesn't grow as much, because I like to change what I'm talking about. Sometimes I might want to talk about spirituality. Sometimes I might want to talk about mental health. Sometimes for some reason, something's changed, and maybe I think I could be of more help to people that need help in this area. You know what I mean? So like, I think it's good to rebrand yourself and change your ways. And just because people expect you to be this way doesn't mean you can't be something else. You can change at any time. And I think that's the good thing. And things will be synchronistic, right? I just joined that new wellness and fitness center, right? That has more amenities that I like. And when I went there, I just took a Reiki class. I finally did my Reiki one in person. I did it online and I want to do it more in person. That was the lady, talk about synchronistic. That was the lady that worked at the rehab I was at. She did Reiki at the rehab I went to. And right when I got the Reiki session, or no, right when I joined this fitness and wellness center, she was there at the fitness and wellness center too. So it's like, it was synchronistic, like, hey, you're on the right path. This is what you're supposed to be doing. It's just random. I'm having little things like that happen when we're talking about synchronicities that like show me, hey, you're on the right path. Like some kind of nudge, even if it's something that no one else gets, or maybe it's like an angel number or something in a song. Do you ever have it where like something in a song sticks out to you? It's like almost like it's just for you. You're like, dude, I was just thinking that shit. Or like,
how aware are you from it? Okay, I'll put a question to you this way. When and I'll tell you, back in the day, I used to see those things, but I used to go, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, right? Which is basically, it's like a way out. Whereas here, it's a message. If that makes any sense to you, like because we're in a shitty position, we look for a way out. Go, this is good, and we had the drive and we had this. But then if you look at what Aaron Doherty, and his video about the law of importance.
Yeah.
And the law of importance means don't do the thing, let it come to you, do what you need to do, and let it go and let it work itself out. And then when it comes up again, you deal with it. Don't push and force. I just worked out the world is such we can balance is so important in life. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I mean, and I think it's funny. It's funny you say this. This is also synchronistic because I literally just made a video I'm about to put up on shifting the meaning of things, and that's pretty much is what it's about. It's like it is what you say it is. Everything is neutral, right? So this experience or even a synchronicity, you could make it. You could hear that song on the radio, whatever that's relating to your situation. You could twist it and make it like something good or bad. And Solomon talks a lot about the polarities, which I think is interesting, and about
it's gonna be interesting. Me and Solomon in the same when we do live.
That would be awesome, and we should do a really good one when you go visit him. Yeah. So
yeah. So I'll be out there, and then obviously Whitefeather will be up in Canada as well. So I'm going to be spend the bloody world tour of this is the journey of a Whitefeather.
That's awesome, and then and we'll meet eventually too. We're gonna get there, even if I have to come to Australia. We'll figure out something. Yeah, it's everybody.
Let's work this out. Well, leave it with me.
We'll figure out something. Or US, we'll figure out.
You'll never know. You never know. Yeah. Let's just work out. But anyway, looking for the meaning. I'm just, and as I said, ladies and gentlemen, we can do it for only ourselves of what we're doing. We can only look at ourselves and what we're doing with regards to all this stuff that we're doing. And I think the process of you have to trust the process in what's going on. And as I said, I look at above and in my office at the moment, I'm looking at my 3 friends who have passed away. There's so many different things. Like we talk about messages, and like I end up being in costuming heavily. Like I co-run I pretty much run a costume group here, a professional costuming group. And it was funny that 7 years before I picked up a card that had the name of the group on it. Like, this would be nice to join. I kept ringing them up to try and get in. No one would ring me back. And it's just the way it was. They weren't being rude or anything. It's just, is what it is. And then suddenly I go and join, and I'm suddenly owning the joint. And it's just the process of what you're doing. Like even, what was the joke about me being Batman and Robin with Cortez? There's a perfect example. There's like we talk about you with Trailblazer the Universe. What do? Straight up, Batman and Robin. Who am I end up being? I end up being Melbourne Robin. You tell me.
You can be both. You have.
No, but I'm talking about synchronicities. You tell me. I said something, and I brought it into life. You tell me that wasn't supposed to. You know what I mean? Does that? You were talking about messages and all those kind of things. It's funny. Also, you might watch. I don't know. Say Cocktail for Me, right? And I knew this was the start of the journey in '96. I know the first day. I mean, that was the first day I started my journey, and that was '96. That was like 30 years ago. Being aware of all this stuff, aware of it, trying to live it within my screwed up head. But then that started it, and then you understand even to this day. Only a couple of weeks ago, say last year, there was something that came up with Revenge of the Nerds. Remember the show Revenge of the Nerds? Look at the message that's on there. Stand up for yourself, Dana. But it resonates. You can see it and listen to it. Does it resonate with you? There's two different things in my book.
Yeah.
In my book, that's how I see it. So So there I'm going to write this down.
I think right now, as far as all that stuff goes, I just have the perspective that no matter what's like in front of me, I'm like, this is somehow working out for me. Not really sure how, and maybe teaching me something. It's going to lead me to something else. It's going to lead me to there, even if it's like not what I want it to look like right now, or I'm not happy. You don't have the instant gratification sometimes, but that's the journey.
That's right. Yeah,
that's the journey that you, and that's the whole journey. You have to go through a journey to figure that out. That maybe it's not about getting that right away. It's like the journey to there and who you become in the process and how you develop and like transform in the process. It's like the transformation that it's about. I think people focus so much on the end result, but then they get to the end result. I think, like Aaron Dowdy said, like when he got to on YouTube, when he got to like 1 million subscribers, he always like hyped that up real big, right? Oh, when I get to this point, everything's going to be all better. But then when he said when he finally got there, it was just kind of like whatever, it wasn't like a huge thing. I'm not saying it wasn't an accomplishment, but it's like
check the words he was saying. What was the words he's saying? What did you just say?
Remember. Wait, what did I
say? When I get there.
Yeah. You're already here. You have to be already here. That's
I already spoke. I spoke to. I did an interview again. Yeah, I do interviews and I love doing them. Big shout out to Colleen. When you're from Canada, I just did a first part this weekend. Amazing lady. But our friend Anunnaki, I did a thing, and he said that he lives in the present. Yep.
Wait, you said what?
He said to me, and when we were talking about it, it's funny, he had to have the message when I spoke to him, was things are done. You're going to be living in the present. It's already done. It's already here.
Yeah.
Live in the energy of where it is. We hear that all the time, but as you grow spiritually and have more awareness, it actually gets into your body and you go, okay, yeah, all right. And you become aware of it. The I am, I will, always is great when you first start, but you got to move it up because you got to get the belief. That's how I look at it. I was always saying, oh, I'm going to do this. But did I have the belief in myself? Did I do the work? No. That's my belief anyway. That's how that's just my process in where I went with. So when he said it's done, okay, house is, no, I'm living in the energy of the house being paid off, for example.
And detaching from the outcome. And one thing he always talks about too, well, Aaron in particular, Aaron Dowdy, that's really got me into the videos. I remember that's when I started watching him. It came into my algorithm, and that's funny because all that connected to us meeting, and I mean all of us meeting and stuff, because that's what started. That was like the connection. Then, but detaching from the outcome, like no matter what happens, I'm gonna be good. Like I don't care what happens. I know at the end of the day, I'm okay. I might go through some emotional ups and downs. I might be stressed out. I might go through this, through that. But at the end of the day, I'm good. I'm still breathing. I mean, it depends what you consider good. Some people want to feel like a high happy feeling all the time, and that was with the addiction thing. That's one of the biggest things I learned from addiction after I got off substances. Like you're not going to feel great all the time, and that's what I was reaching for when I was doing that. I just wanted to escape all the time, and I just wanted to feel that with whatever it was doing chemically to my brain. I wanted to feel that all the time, and then once I got off all that stuff and I took away all that shit. Huh? Oh, sorry. Yeah, and then it
just glitched.
Oh, glitch, yeah. So, I mean, and then I was like, you know what? I don't need to strive for like a super high all the time. Like, I can just be okay like this. But the problem is when you've had trauma, when you had anything, we're used to more chaos, and like it could be even be a relationship. It could be from your childhood, whatever it is. Like sometimes we're seeking that high, but it's like almost unattainable. It's almost like it's the chasing of something all the time, chasing what, even if it's an outcome or like a result or a feeling. But I finally learned, life isn't going to be all super great all the time. Yeah, you can have a good life, but I'm saying like you got to take the highs with the lows, and it's the whole journey all in all. And not every day is going to be like the best day ever, I think that I was okay with just not feeling okay sometimes, I think we have such a high expectation, and kind of like the fairy tale, I even was thinking about what Matt had told us before about the Disney fairy tale, but it's also the fairy tale, like it's like, think about the programming they show of like what a happy family should look like, what a happy relationship should look like. For me growing up as a kid, when I saw all these movies of like Hallmark movies of families sitting together by the fire, and I saw my family is not like that at all. My family is like the complete opposite. And of course I've had a lot of issues, with my family, but like that was something that built up this like something's wrong with me, something's wrong with, like it shouldn't be like this. And those are the expectations we're talking about. Like we're comparing things to like things that are not realistic. Even people like even becoming a big YouTuber or content creator or speaker, whatever you're trying to become, like sometimes we have such a high expectation and when we're not meeting that, and those people did a lot to get there, you don't know their journey. I think we can really get down on ourselves and like beat ourselves up and feel bad because we aren't there yet, and that causes us to chase it more and more. Then it goes farther away from us because we're too like attached to it, attached to the outcome. That made any sense.
So yeah, absolutely. So
it kind of was a roundabout way to explain that, but
even the simple thing of us doing doing live theories every week, we did that. Now we did that to build it up. Jackie and I did ours to build it up.
Yeah.
And then suddenly what happened was, this is a really weird one. Not a weird one, but it made bloody sense, let's be honest. Our podcasts weren't uploading on the other Spotify channel. And I just looked at it and go, what the hell's going on here? If I didn't have the awareness, I would have been pissed off, shitty, gone, rah, 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 right? I sat back and looked at it. I've gone, okay, right, I'll wipe everything and start again and put this stuff up. In the end, I rebranded it to 1111 Spiritual Transit Podcast, Jackie Lyons, Jay, and Friends. And it's actually flowing again. So the purpose of the podcast is for us to oversee it and put our stuff on, but also increase our friends. So you can see on that second channel, which works out for me on my Journey of a Whitefeather channel, that just focuses on me. Hence what I was saying before. Journey of a Whitefeather is a chat with Jay and Journey of a Whitefeather, right? Which is the videos. Then, and maybe anything to do with Journey of a Whitefeather, that which is me. On the other side is the co-chats and the friends of ours. We put your Lionsgate one up there the other day. Right? I grabbed your Lionsgate one and chucked it up. It's a total spiritual channel. It's like the bloody, like Fat Cat and Friends or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, you bring in it's sort of like you're running it, but you got these friends coming in to help you. And it actually has started to flow. It feels right for the time, mind you. But it works. And it works better. And then you can chuck up whatever you want, and you're not, and the flow is better because we're not forcing it. It's been hard for me, as you know, 6:30 in the morning on a Monday morning. Sometimes I work as that, and you sort of go, is this really worth what's going on? And it's just, it's fucking hard, ladies and gentlemen, to match up. If you think it's easy to match up northern, southern hemisphere, it isn't. Okay, it isn't for hard. It isn't easy. And Jackie and I were the same sort of thing. So then we just said, right, we're going to do what we need to do, and it's working out better. But you've got to allow that to happen because you've got this goal of, I want this, want that. But the universe is saying this is what you're leading into. And when I sat back and gone, okay, and then I allowed the rebranding to happen, I allowed this to happen, it actually sit well. And then if you allow it, then you say, then you can bring your ego in and go, okay, this is where I want to go with it. But if you allow it to go into the heart chakra, as you do, and go and allow the love and allow the acceptance of what's going on, do what you need to do, and then bring your ego in and whatever you need to do to spot it once it's going, because you can't. Once it's going, you can go for your life, and it works out for you. So there you go. That's just my opinion anyway, for what it's worth.
I think it's just being open to doing things different ways. Like there could be easier ways. Sometimes we're so fixated on that one way. It has to happen because we're so attached to that outcome that it's like, oh my gosh, it has to happen in this way. But universe is showing you, or it can be synchronistic. Like, hey, why don't you try this? You'll have a little like light go off, or like an idea, right? It comes off as a download. And if you're in alignment, if you're on that frequency, you'll receive the download, and it becomes kind of obvious. But sometimes we get our intuition clouded, or we get our logical mind too involved with it. But sometimes these things like aren't logical. It's something outside of like logic. You know, it's more connected to your intuition and letting things flow more. And whenever I'm like that, usually things work out better. It doesn't always turn out the way I want it, but it's like it leads me to a different way of thinking, or like a new idea, or even a business venture sometimes. Like when I'm more open to different ways of doing things, and I'm allowing whatever information needs to come through and what my intuition is guiding me towards. And even if it goes against everything that I've been trying to do for a while, you know, I'm being more open to like doing something a different way, like being open to the endless possibilities, infinite possibilities, you know, that something could happen. It's not attaching to one outcome. There's so many different outcomes, you know, and if we look at parallel realities and stuff, that's a whole other thing on its own. But that's like, there's so many different ways. It just, you need to just get aligned, just pick the way that's more aligned with you, you know, that feels more authentic to you, that you actually feel good about, you know?
Absolutely. So, what am I just writing this stuff down? Because one thing, ladies and gentlemen, please write things down when they come to you, because you actually lose them in your head.
Oh, I have a whole book. I have a whole, I don't know if I ever showed you. I have a whole bucket there of video ideas I've been writing down for years. Like when they come up, I have to go pick in there because it's some of it's outdated.
Great.
But it is, yeah, it's good. Yeah. So, but I've had stuff. I actually did it years. Like when I first started YouTube, I would write down ideas because like I'm not making a video of this now, but maybe later. So I have a box of Post-its and it's like full. And so sometimes when I lose my inspiration, I'll go in there, and sometimes the ideas are already dead. I'm like, I don't want to talk about that anymore, but I might have a different perspective on that. It came to me for a reason. Sometimes I just release it at the right time, or it's not, you know, I know when it's the right time to talk about. And usually when I have that idea, like someone will tell me that's just what I needed to hear or something, you know, because everything's connected. It's so synchronistic, you know?
Yeah, like, okay, let's segue into this, into these. Shameless plug. Thanks, Dallas. Shameless plug. You know, I go to DDP yoga and I'm doing everything right. Got Bat Bell to give. So I'm Melbourne Robin, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to go. And that's another bloody story. Batman's in the UK, but apparently got Batman here. See these affirmations with an Aussie twist, right? Now I wrote these when I was in the hole. Okay. These here with kangaroos and koalas. Okay. And also I have some digital ones as well. So these here are written while I was in the hole. They got me out, helped me get me out. So you look at the perspective of what's going on. So I open them up. So it's just not like you bring them into reality. It's bloody Cortez's fault. Thanks, Cortez. But you know, there you go. You'll get your food. So here's your card. Here, we'll get a card for today. If we say anything, I'll just let you know. We say it a particular way in Australia, and we don't mind swearing. Okay, so if you can't handle swearing and cursing, well, don't get them.
This is our card pool for the day of Jay's cards that he developed, affirmation cards, and you can get them.
You can get them from any. If we get just DM anyone on this channel, Diana, myself, and we can send you the link. It's on the Etsy channel. You can jump on Journey of a Whitefeather. Okay, if you type that in the link tree, just put link tree Journey of a Whitefeather, or you can email me. You can see Journey of a Whitefeather down there. Just look me up, and we can get something happening. Okay, here's one for you for today. A true leader knows the value of their people and doesn't fuck with them. Bang. Been in situations where you get some fucking pompous arsehole, right, who thinks he's Caesar, all right, or thinks he's the next coming of the world leader, right? And, you know, sits there and does not treat his workers well. Because if you don't have workers, you can't have your dream in some ways. If you're leading a group, that's what a pure leader does. All right? And you know where and we talk about boundaries. Yes, you respect the person, but to have that respect, the other people respect you as a leader and have their boundaries. So if you're in business and we're talking about business and all this shit, okay, if you're making $1 million a year, your employees will be making $250,000 a year. They become richer monetarily, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. As you grow, they grow. If you don't have that, there you go. I've seen, like in the school system, for example, I've seen principals go in there and destroy schools for their own benefit because they think, oh, I should run it this way, and then they go and get their superannuation and fuck off, and they're living in the Bahamas, but they've destroyed the school. Oh, I did a good job. Oh, well, it looks really good to me. You've left a good legacy. You're a friggin' asshole. That's what you are. All you care about was yourself and your own fucking ego, mate. Oh, I was a good person. Yeah, no, that's where you're sipping bloody tequila in the Bahamas, and this school has been run down because you treated your people like shit. I've seen it happen. It happens.
Yeah.
You know, you got the corporate bloody puppets who are the corporate vacuum cleaners who sit on their ass and bloody touch a paycheck. You see that, but the real workers are being friggin' screwed over, and I think people can relate to that. I think, yeah, that's how I look at it anyway. We might clickbait that for a preview.
Yeah, you just gotta do your own thing. You know, people are gonna do what they're gonna do, and we all are on Earth. We have different roles, and we just gotta, it's good to be aware of what everything that's going on. But I'm also not trying to give too much energy to those realities. But I'm trying to make change. I'm trying to do things to change and just live the best I can with what's going on. You know, without even having attachment to that outcome of how shit's gonna turn out. It is a shit storm, but that's why we're here to make changes and to uplift the frequency. And the old needs to fall apart. The old corrupt shit. Age of Aquarius, it's time to go. Information, age of information. It's truths are being revealed. You know, the old has to fall. Paradigm. It's a whole paradigm shift. You know, and so a lot needs to change. So,
but it's funny with all these names and stuff. Even John Moxley has his finishing move called the paradigm shift. So I mean, you can look. People get obsessive and read about they read about synchronicities and they live off it, and people can get obsessive with it. I mean, I know sometimes I would have when I didn't have the awareness. Now I look at it and going, okay, we just analyze it, look at it and go, okay, does that resonate? If it does, it doesn't. If it doesn't, you go, thanks very much and move on.
The contrast is needed sometimes. Yeah, sometimes you need the contrast so you can see like what you have more clarity sometimes when there's contrast. You're like, oh, this clearly isn't working. This clearly isn't the way things should go. You know, we need to do something different. But hey, I think we should get off soon. I actually have to do so. I didn't realize it was already a
no problem. I'm gonna go. I've got one more thing to do anyway. But on that note, ladies and gentlemen, thanks very much for joining us on Life Theories episode 55. I think it is.
I don't remember the number. Is it 55? I'll look at it. We'll look it up. Yeah, I'll cut it if we said the wrong number.
It's 55. Here we're going on Spotify now.
Oh, there you go.
Just to double check it. Here we go on the podcast. Where are we? Let's look at Life Theories. Where are we?
I should know. I'm editing and putting it up, but I forget the numbers. It's all numbers.
Here we go. Hang on. Authenticity, shadow work, and my twin flame. What number is this?
Oh my! That was the last one we did with Solomon.
There's no number. Okay, there's no number on it. Oh, 55. Yeah, 56. We're on, ladies and gentlemen.
It's on there. The number's on there, right?
No.
What? Oh, let me go change that. Okay.
That's okay. No worries.
Oh, no, I need to change it. I meant to put a number on there.
It's all good. So episode 56, thanks so much for joining us. We're just having a bit of a chat for today. We haven't caught up for a long time. This is what the Life Theories is all about. And as you can see, we're growing. If you go back to our early episodes, you can see us all being a bit scattered and really enjoying where we were at this life. Now you can see the purpose and the journey that we've all gone through. This is what it's all about, coming together. And you can see our opinions, our journeys all started to manifest a lot better or a lot more through our get-togethers. And it's really, really good. So if you want to get in touch with us, you can have a look at my affirmation cards on Journey of a Whitefeather on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and just type in Journey of a Whitefeather or White Warrior Health, one or the other. Doesn't matter. I've double branded it. You've got Trails and Blades of the Universe. She's everywhere. You can't miss her. Let's be honest. Okay. So type in Trailblazers of the Universe. You'll see this lovely lady. We've got our lovely friend from Canada, which I'll see very, very soon. I can't wait. Sarah, and she's a Big Soul Healing. Okay, so you can look her up. Little Raven with all that power she's got. And the great man, the sea man, the man of seamen.
Is he still on that journey? Is he? I guess I shouldn't put the personal business out there, but
no. He's on the journey. He's on the journey. The great man, the seaman, the Cortez Bedford, the man of seamen. He loves it when I say, he goes, "Oh bloody gee, I can't do a Pommy accent." But he's there, does some wonderful videos on TikTok and YouTube, and he's going through a beautiful time too. So he said, I talked to him the other day, and he's really getting in touch with himself. That's why he hasn't. He goes into it. He goes into he's a big bear that goes into the cave and comes out firing it every time. So thanks so much, Diana, for organising all this. She's the backbone of Life Theories. We just come along to make ourselves look good. But thanks so much, guys. Episode 55 is a close. If you want to get in touch with us, you know what to do. DM this, and we'll talk to you soon. Live your best life and be your best self, and always be the best there is, best there was, best there will be. I'm wearing the Bret Hart shirt. You know how it goes. Take care, and we'll see you next time on Life Theories.
Bye.